Wow, I already drank that whole shake? It only took my Sintered Lap 2 weeks to get here on my doorstep from the Ukraine, which I thought was pretty amazing given all the trouble that's currently going on in the Ukraine right now. Wow, I have an awesome wife. I have a new lap. This Sintered Lap comes from Boris. He's up in Canada, but because the mail between the US and Canada often takes a very long time, which is another story in itself. I mean, it's just amazing how long it takes between our two neighboring countries. But Boris overcame that, and he drop ships his Sintered Laps directly from the factory in the Ukraine where they're manufactured. Comes direct to you, direct to your doorstep. If you're interested, you can contact Boris on Facebook. From what I can see, it looks like we have almost 200 shared friends on Facebook, Boris and I, all gem cutters. So my Sintered Lap arrived, again, direct from the Ukraine. And you may be wondering what a Sintered Lap is. Well, a Sintered Lap is a lap which has diamonds not just on the surface, but mixed with the metal all the way through the cutting surface. Again, not just on the top. So Sintered Laps they last pretty much forever. When one layer of diamond is finally worn through with your cutting, the next layer of diamond is exposed below it, and you just keep cutting through layers and layers of diamond. And prior to getting my 600 grit Sintered Lap, I had been using 600 topper laps, and they have diamonds on top of a thin layer of metal disc. And they're pretty much a disposable lap. They don't last that long, but they are economical and they work just fine. But because they're thin, they also have a tendency to have a little bit of wobble on them, which makes your facets not as clean and crisp as with a Sintered Lap, which does not wobble. Sintered Laps are thick, again, no wobble. You get nice, clean facets. Now I have also used 600 grit steel laps and solid steel laps. They're much cheaper than Sintered Laps. They don't wobble. But again, since the diamond is just on the top, they do wear out just like toppers. This comes with the lap. It's called a dressing stick. Well, I guess a dressing cube. It's a bit small. I'm used to dressing sticks being several inches long, about the length of the cutting area of the lap. But I have several other dressing sticks from other laps, including my other Sintered Lap. And you can always buy another dressing stick if you want. So I'm good to go. I've only needed a dressing stick twice, maybe once, twice in my all my cutting time. And that's because you need it when your Sintered Lap really, really slows down cutting, due to the top layer being worn out, but the next layer not quite being exposed. Normally the next layer is exposed, but when it's not, you just you take your dressing stick, run it over the lap, and it takes out a bit of the metal and exposes a new layer of diamonds. And it also, if it's a long dressing stick, helps you line up, redress your lap, make it all flat again. Because based on your cutting techniques, if you're not sweeping your stone, generally one part of the lap has a groove, lower groove than the rest of the lap, and a dressing stick helps you even that out. That's the name dressing stick. Helps you dress up your lap, get it back to perfectly flat. But again, there's no big issue with this dressing stick, which comes with the lap. Okay, so this is my 600 grit Sintered Lap. It's a 8-inch lap, but there's only this much cutting area, whereas other laps, they go all the way in. Or my other Sintered Lap, I'll show you in a minute, for my Damas goes a little further in, but that's okay. It's not a big deal, but it's something just to show you. And it is very thick, And this is aluminum backing, I believe. So there's plenty of sintered 600 grit diamond on this one. By comparison, this is my Adamas sintered lap. I believe they both came from the Ukraine. This is a 12M, about a 1500 grit lap, much finer, sintered. The differences that I would say are this has a little bit more cutting area. No, that's no big deal. They're both 8-inch laps. They're both about the same thickness. I think these grooves are cut in there for balancing. I'm not sure. And the Adamas is much heavier. At one time somebody had said something about these new sintered laps being too heavy for the machine. That's either they've been reformulated so that they're much lighter or whatever, but there is no issue with the weight. In fact, there's no issue with the weight of this Adamas. I've used it for years. Now I'll show you, I've worked on this lab-created emerald with my my new 600 grit sintered lap. That's the first and only lap that I've used on this gemstone. After I cut the stone with my trim saw to get a rectangle, then I've only used a 600 grit. So those are the facets on a 600 grit sintered lap. Very nice. There was no break-in necessary. It worked fine out of the box. I believe with my Adamas there was a break-in. You had to, for a little while at least, use like a piece of corundum to go over the facet and knock out the diamonds that were sitting too high or whatever. But this is just beryl, which is relatively soft. It's not corundum. Compared to the corundum, it's soft, and worked great with the 600. So now I'm going to go to my 12M. Just to see the difference in the facets. 12M should be much smoother, but this from 600, this is a very smooth finish. And I'm not making a video on cutting this gemstone because I've cut emeralds in this design that I'm using many times. That's the problem with a lot of my videos, is I get a special order for something that I've cut many times and done videos on previously, and I can't do another video on the same cut, the same size, same design, same material, so I don't get out as many videos as I would like to, but that's just for information. So let me take a look at a 12M lap on these facets and see the difference. But again, very nice with the 600 grit sintered lap. Okay, I went over this facet and the one on the other side with my 12M, about a 1500 grit sintered lap. So just so you could see the difference between a 1500 and a 600 grit sintered. Sintered laps produce a very nice facet. I could probably go from a 600 to a 3000 grit diamond on a bat lap and then straight to polish. But the 12M does give it a finer finish. And you can see it on this side as well. I started with the sides, but as you can see, my 12M was scratching. Here, there's still a difference between the 600 grit and my 12M, but it was scratching because I'd previously used it on some lab-created sapphire and some natural sapphires. And then I went to this emerald, which is a much softer material. I think I must have had some sapphire embedded in the sintered lap. So what I do is just clean it with lava soap while it's on the machine. And in this case, I also used my my 3M scouring pad, one of those blue scouring pad on one side and then like a sponge on the other. Use a scouring pad side and Dawn liquid detergent and water, and that got rid of whatever piece of sapphire I picked up on my 12M, because then I went back and cut these sides and there's no scratching. So overall, the 600 grit sintered lap out of the box is ready to go. It's a nice, looks like a nice lap. I'll continue to use it. First time I've used it. The only minor issue is all my laps I keep in plastic protective lap protection. They're round, like round boxes, but these laps, these two sintered laps that I got from Ukraine, are too thick to fit in there. So I'll have to find a different protective case to put my 600 grit sintered lap in. My 12M came with a wood shipping, kind of a shipping crate, and I keep it in there. The wood box works fine for it, but I have to get something for my 600 grit lap. Other than that, nice lap. Let me continue to work on this gemstone. So again, I got my new sintered lap for Christmas, and I didn't want to do a video right away. I wanted to work with it a while before creating this video to see what I thought of the lap. And as of now, I can report that I have cut a number of stones with my new 600 grit sintered lap, and I can say that I love it. For a new cutter, you do not need to invest in sintered laps at first, as they are much more expensive than toppers or steel laps or even solid steel laps. I would recommend that if you're on a budget, and pretty much everybody that starts out are once you buy your machine in rough, start out with toppers for the roughest grits up through the 600 grit. And then later, when you have the funds, you can upgrade to a sintered lap. And as I said, I've now cut a number of gemstones from this sintered lap, including these 20 double blue aquamarines, which I picked up in Tucson 2 shows ago, not this last Tucson, but the show before. And I got these gemstones from the United States Fasting Guild Symposium, which occurs at the same time as the Tucson shows. And the U.S. Fasting Guild has a bunch of lectures, meetings, a lot of cutters go there. And at noontime, they have swap meets, where pretty much any cutter can bring some rough and sell it, trade it, and you find a lot of good deals there. That's where I picked up this double blue aquamarine for a very good price. I cut this mostly with my 600 sintered lap. I needed a rougher lap for a couple of the gemstones, which were very oddly shaped in the rough, but for almost all of them, I started with the 600 grit sintered lap, and then because it cuts such flat and nice facets, I went directly to my 3000 grit diamond on a bat lap, and then I went directly to polish, and I used cerium oxide on a cerium oxide bat stick on a tin lap for all of these aquamarines. They all turned out great, and they all were with my 600 grit sintered lap. So the sintered lap worked great. I would recommend it, absolutely. But again, for new cutters, I'd recommend you save your money. Start with toppers and spend your budget on the best gem cutting machine that you can afford, and lots of rocks. So please let me know in the comments what you think of sintered laps. And as always, happy fasting, everyone.